So Kintone is an all-in-one, cloud-based, high productivity platform that allows teams to rapidly build and deploy custom business applications. What's so neat about the Kintone platform is that it empowers business leaders to create their own custom solutions with absolutely no coding skills needed in a secure IT-governed environment. All right, so I'm going to pass you over now to Natalie Garland to see what this all looks like in action. All right, well, thanks again, guys, for joining me today as I show you the Kintone platform. I'm Natalie, like Nicole mentioned, and I'm going to try to hit on all the main features of Kintone, but it'll be pretty quick, so let's definitely dive right in. All right, so Kintone is totally customizable. This is my instance of the Kintone platform. Everyone gets their own as they sign up. Even for a free trial, you get your own instance of Kintone with your own domain. And this is what I've made mine. So it's a secure portal, so I am logged as one of the users of my domain. And right off the bat, you'll see I'm actually an administrator on this platform. So I have two options, two ways I can go here, either administrator or administration or Kintone. Quickly on the administration side, if you are an admin of your portal, you can set up different things, the users, departments for your users, and some different security settings as well. And these are your overall platform features here that you can change. But let's jump into the actual portal that all of the users will be able to see. So this is Kintone. This is our main page. We have a lot of different things going on here, but we'll see that I'm logged in up at the top, and we'll have some things that are specific to me as I'm logged in, a few different things going through. So on the left here, we'll see the announcement board. This can be changed to say whatever announcements you need to share with your team as they log in. We can also throw live graphs and charts up on the announcement board. So here we've chosen to show these projects, and we can see what status our different projects are in. So it just keeps people on the same page. Everyone knows what's going on. Down here we'll see the notifications. So this is something that's obviously, these are just my notifications. You can get notifications pushed to your smartphone via email, or they'll always be here within the desktop view as well. And notifications are, you can see this one is something has been assigned to me, or if someone mentions my name, things like that. We'll get a little further into that in a second. Back up at the top, we'll see another thing that's specific just to me as I'm logged in, be assigned to me. And we'll see I have one record in projects that I need to take care of. So that's our same projects application that we're pulling from over here. On the right here, we have spaces. So this is one of our collaboration features of the Kintone platform. We can have different spaces based on different departments or different interdepartmental projects, or any different things that are going on that you want to segment out. For example, we have marketing team here. If I click into that, we'll see we have a specific marketing team announcement board. We have threads where we can collaborate with our marketing team and the applications that are relevant and our members, and some related apps and spaces as well. back on the main portal page, we'll see below spaces here we have our database applications. This is the main bulk of what Kintone is and what we're all about. These applications that you can create with absolutely no code to really take care of the business processes that you need to do. So we have 5 different ways that you can create these apps. Right here at the plus sign, we can see we can create an app from our marketplace. When we click into the marketplace, we'll see we have pre-made applications for different use cases. We have business trip report here. We'll see kind of a little bit about what this app does, and we can add this straight to our portal and start adding in data. We can also always customize that as well if we want to add in some fields or change a little bit of what's going on in this app. The other ways are from a template or from an existing app. Those are pretty similar, so we can duplicate what the settings and the fields of a current app, and it won't duplicate any of the data, so we can start from scratch in that sense. And then also change, you can customize there as well. Create from Excel or CSV. A lot of our clients will have existing spreadsheets that they're just constantly emailing around, a client's database in an Excel form. You can actually upload it and create a live database application, and it will pull the information from Excel. The last way, and the one that we're probably most excited about over here, is creating an app from scratch. And so this is our drag and drop interface where you can just pull 27 different field types over and change the settings that way. And I'll show you that in just one second. But these are our 5 ways to create an app, and like I said, it's no code. So I think a good way to kind of see what an application is we'll look at one that's already been made and go through some of the main settings there and what can be changed about it, how this can apply to you guys. So we're going to go into this project's application. And you'll see here, this is our main database view. We have our different fields, project name, project manager, status, start date, and so on. These can all be changed, but this is just a view we've created of our database that's documenting our different projects. On the left, we'll see we're in the project view. We have a few different views here. You can create up to 30 different views to filter and sort on your data. Here we have different graphs that you can make. We have our project status graph. That was the same one on the home page. So it's just pulling directly from this application. Over here, we can filter and sort on the database on any number of different layers. So if we wanted to filter only those projects with the project manager is me, and the estimated cost greater than $1,000. We can apply any different filters there. We'll see we have just project B meets that criteria. To the right of our filter, we have our graph option. We can create more graphs and charts straight from the database really easily. It has recommended graphs for us that we can make, or you can make any of these as well on any different layers that you would like to apply. All right, and so we're going to click into one of these projects. We'll see we have our manufacturing project, the status. We have our different fields here, our project manager, start date, end date. Down below, we'll see this time spent. So we have our employees and how much work to this project. And this is actually pulling from a different database. So if we click into this, we'll see we're now in the timesheets application. And this is Natalie's timesheet for this specific project. So it's matching with this manufacturing project and having the related hours display here in our manufacturing project. So that's how we have related databases in Kintone. We can also have different attachments. Here's our client list for this project. And down here, we're calculating some of the estimated costs and our profit. Up at the top, we'll see our process management features. So with Kintone, it's more than just a flat database. You have a bunch of settings on top of that. One of these is the process management. So we'll see here the status of this project is not started. I'm an administrator here, so I can start this project and I can also change the assignee. So once I start it, it looks like Jill will be the assignee. And now we'll see the status has changed to in progress. It's a large project and it's assigned to Jill. And like I said, we can still change the assignee, but we can no longer change the status because now Jill will do that. On the right-hand side over here, we'll see another of the collaboration features, which is just commenting in line. You can mention your teammates on this. Here we've asked John, did you update the extra hours for this project? So John will get a notification, and he can come back in here and make sure everything is up to date. We can also, if we need to change anything, we have really easy data entry tools. So you can easily change if the project manager actually is now me. And this is an active project. And it's really easy to add new projects as well. If you have people doing data entry, very straightforward. Let's get into some of the more back-end settings here of this application and see what's going on. So we'll go to our Change App settings. And we'll see all the different settings for this project's application. First and foremost, we'll go to Edit Form, and this is our drag and drop form creation interface. So we'll see all of these same fields that we just saw when we were looking at that manufacturing project. This is obviously the empty field. Say we wanted to add the project location. So we can just drag this single line text over here. And it's as easy as that to update your database as things change, to update your application. We have a bunch of different field types here that you can just drag and drop over. You can always change these, add, delete, whatever you need. No code at all. Any business user can come in here and make the apps they need. All right, some other things that are going on. We have our views. So if we wanted to add more views, remember we had the projects view and the major projects. We can add more views really easily. Just drag over the fields that we want there. Notifications. So we can set up different notifications for this application. We can set them up either based on time or on triggers. So we'll see here we have one already set up. And this is for every record of this application, so for every project, when the end date is equal to today, we'll get a notification saying project ending today, and that'll be sent to everyone on this marketing team. We can also send it to the project manager or type in any user or department here. And that's how you set up notifications. And again, they can come to your smartphone, to your email, or to the desktop. On the right here, we can create graphs, which I went into a little bit already. But any graphs and charts that you want to create that straight from the database, they're live. So as you update your projects, your records there, they'll update the graph. You can also create those periodically. So if we want to have a graph every week to see a snapshot of what's going on, we can do that very easily here. Like I said, here's how you create a graph, and here's how you generate reports periodically every week. Big part of our applications is the process management. So those different statuses that I assigned that manufacturing project to Jill, and I pushed the project into in progress, large project. So these are the different steps that a project can be in. So we'll see here, not started, in progress, small project, in progress, large project, and completed. So the way that this has been defined, we can separate out the project. So at the beginning, based on this field of estimated revenue, which here we can change to any different field, but based on estimated revenue, we're going to segment them out in small projects or large projects. So here we have, if the estimated revenue is less than 10,000, it'll go to small project. Greater than 10,000, it'll go to large project. And once we start that, these small projects will automatically assign to John, or we can have them assigned to someone from the marketing team, or we can have them assigned to the project manager. But you can segment this out any different way and add more steps that push along your workflow. Another thing we have down here is permissions. So this is really important. You want your database to be secure. Obviously, only your internal users are going to be accessing the platform with their login names, but we can set up additional permissions based on this application. So here we'll see the overall app permissions. We'll see that everyone has all of this access, but say we have someone we don't want them to, we only want them to be able to view. We don't want them to delete or add or delete or edit records. They can still add and they can view. So if you have people who are solely doing data entry, you don't want to have any data integrity issues, you can set up permissions based across the whole app. And you can also set those down to the record. So if you want to have only small projects visible to everyone, or if you want to set it down to the field so you don't want anyone to see any of that financial data, you can do that as well. Of course, there's a lot more going on. I think I've hit on a lot of the main points of Kintone. And I believe that is almost all we have time for. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it back over to Nicole. But thanks again for joining me. And we can always get deeper in demo or if you sign up for our free trial. All right, thank you, Natalie. I'm going to take back over the screen here so we can wrap up and move to questions. So we're going to start answering some questions that have been submitted during our demo presentation. As a reminder, you can still submit your questions through the questions pane in your attendee control panel. Let's give you a moment or two to formulate your question now. All right, do we have our sales engineer, Brian, on the line?
Yes, we do.
Hi, Brian. Thanks for joining us. So we've got our first question. Maybe you can take this one on, Brian. This is from Angela. How can outside people, like my contractors, use Kintone?
Sure. And typically what we find our users doing with outside users is they leverage our guest space capability. Pretty much you grant access to, typically it might be contractors or other team members who aren't, full-fledged users, and they're able to view different information within the Kintone records.
Excellent. And either Natalie or Brian, if you'd like to take this next one on, you can go into a little detail. This question's from Taro about how my data is protected in Kintone.
Yeah, I can take that one. So yeah, there are a couple different, data security features within Kintone. One that's very important would be the data at rest encryption, as well as data in transit encryption. We have both. We also have data redundancy within our data centers. In addition, we also have the capability for you to leverage things like SAML for SSO, and as well as two-factor authentication.
Excellent. All right, let's see, we've got another question here from Kevin. What outside services does Kintone integrate with? You want to take that one on, Brian?
Sure. Yeah, and in general, we do have an open API where people can, leverage JavaScript APIs and REST APIs to make those different connections. But, some ones we already have via some plugins that have been built. Examples would be Box, and we also leverage Zapier for things like, Gmail or QuickBooks integration.
Excellent. Thank you, Brian. And I believe those are all the questions we have right now. Again, if you do have any other questions, you can feel free to send them our way. You can email myself, Nicole@kintone.com, or Natalie at kintone.com. So with all this information fresh on your mind, it is the perfect time to sign up for a free 30-day Kintone trial to start practicing building apps and workflows. Just visit kintone.com/trial. And once you leave today's webinar, you'll receive a survey on the presentation. It's really just how we can help you more, the kinds of process challenges you're trying to solve, and for your feedback. You're also going to receive a follow-up email within 24 to 48 hours with a link to view the recording from today's webinar. On behalf of Kintone and our presenter, Natalie, thank you for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.